It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Like, seeing that video of Tekasshi, like, it really upset me, to be honest. Like, I seen it last night, and it's extremely disheartening, and I almost got a little emotional watching it. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. There was a lot of sad things that I seen, but them little ass legs he has, god damn, this is what happens when you skip leg day. That is the result of skipping leg day. If there's anything we're gonna learn from Tekasshi getting jumped in the locker room, is this: we can't skip legs, fellas. Did you see them quads? Did you see them little calves on that boy? Jesus. Listen, man, it's your boy James with the Stop Being Dirty, Stop Eating Dirty. You know, right now it's probably the most viral video going on, the whole Tekasshi 6ix9ine situation, which basically it's just summing up. If you haven't seen, y'all could go watch it, come back here, or don't watch it. And honestly, all kidding aside, I really ain't the promotion of violence and all that. I'll be a hypocrite if I don't say this part. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here trying to protect my peace, become a better me. But in situations like this, there's lessons to be learned here. So I like learning lessons and talking about them. So one thing I want to start by, because there's no reason to give a backstory on Tekasshi. We all know what happened. We could sum it up real quick. He was posing as this big super thug rapper, ran with some real street dudes. When things actually got real, he folded and put numerous people on his team away. And it's not like he came on like, I can give you no one in Harlem, but I'll give you some people out of DC. That's terrible. Well, you signed a code in the streets, so even that scene or whatever, as far as paid in full. But as far as Tekasshi goes, like them dudes, like some of them dudes was his friends. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, yeah, one told his baby moms, and another one of them, you know what I'm saying, damn, kidnapped his ass. But all of them weren't like that with him. Some of them was really his dudes, and he flipped on everybody. Not only that, but he stood, he put that flag on. He repped that set. He has to stand by that code, but instead he folded and he ratted everybody out while living a fake street life. That's a big part of this whole thing. While talking about he's like this life, talking about the dead, talking about doing this and that, putting hits out, doing all kind of things, getting people set up, lined up. Then he goes, he proudly rats, comes home, and he's showboating. I'm untouchable. Nobody gonna do nothing to me. Why am I still home and nothing has happened to me? Not a scratch on me. I think we all know this is eventually gonna catch up to him. One thing I've learned is you never taunt the streets. You never front on the hood, ever. When it comes to wearing jewelry where you shouldn't have it on, depending on where you at. People like, yo, it's my chain. I'm gonna wear. Okay, no problem. You wearing a chain that costs as much as a dude has never seen in his life. What do you think he'll do for it in a moment? It's just one little example. Running around, ain't no one gonna do nothing, still talking about the dead, still talking about this and that, and it's finally caught up to him. They ran down on him in Florida, LA Fitness, multiple videos out of him getting jumped. Dude was like 300 pounds, dropped a WWE stomping his rib cage. He got up. The only thing he cared about was his hair. See, this is the type of dude we're dealing with too here. But this is why it's just, look, he didn't touch his face. He wasn't acting out. He seen that camera rolling. I would have threw one lap. The man just worrying about if his weed fell out. So it's like, and again, man, it's not to make light of the situation, because I want to get into now, things in this world will catch up to you. One way or another, you have to stand on the energy that you decide to put out there. Situations in life, people aren't making you act a way, do a certain thing. You by choice. And this ain't no pity party either. Son is a grown man. So by choice, you put yourself in a situation. You were supposed to do that whack shit you did. You weren't supposed to do that, but you did what you did, and you were supposed to you were supposed to shave your head bald, move to Nebraska, change your name to Charles Senior the Third. You were supposed to get up out of here, go to Mexico with your family at, go where people ain't gonna notice you, but instead you come out here trying to think you're going to get your career back, still trying to front on people like, yeah, I could do this, and Snoop Dogg did that, and talking about other people's cases and things like that. You're moving all wrong. There's no guidance in this dude's life, and this is what happens. You put this energy out in the world, it will come back around to you. You're going to cheat on girls your whole life, and the one that you fall for and you're ready to settle down with, she going to do you like that. You're going to catch a bunch of people slipping and thinking you're the toughest in the world, then you're going to get caught slipping. You put energy out there, it's gonna come back one way or another, and it might not come back in the literal circumstance in which I just detailed, because just because you cheated don't mean someone's gonna cheat, or it could happen in another way. Just don't sit there and say, boo-hoo, why God, I never did this. It's because you don't know how karma's gonna come back around. You could jump someone, and in your life you end up getting stabbed. There's so many things that could happen. And eventually it's going to catch up to you. So if you're out there, if you're living a certain life, and no matter what, take it off Tekasshi now, take it off the streets, take it off with all that. If you're living a certain life where it's not true, where it's not pure, where in your heart you know you're not moving correctly, because a lot of times you live a certain dirty life because of circumstances of laziness. Why couldn't you go out there and go try to go get a job? Why you had to go this route to do things? Why are you using your insecurities to be around a gang? Go join a martial arts class or a boxing class. And I'm not saying all people in gangs do. This is not for every little situation. These are just different circumstances of why people actually do things. When you really get into the manner of why people move a certain way, a lot of times cheaters are insecure. A lot of times people join gangs are afraid to be by themselves. A lot of times people who use violent weapons because they don't know how to throw their hands. A lot of people who are abusive because they were abused. But you don't have to be a product of how you were raised or the community that you grew up in. You can get out. You could try hard. Me and my family, we don't come from much, but we did what we had to do with what we got, and we made something of it. And it took many, many years. My mother didn't have her first hoopty car until I was already a teenager. And even that is like, what? I was 20 years old. My mom never had it. There's people, I'm just saying, like, for me, it was a lot. I was a little fat fuck growing up, walking damn near everywhere, still not losing a pound. How much did you feed me, Mom? How was I that fat growing up? And we walked everywhere around Queens, New York. It's actually blowing my mind right now. Damn it, woman! But at the end of the day, work hard, be true, man. Be an example. You know what I'm saying? You got kids out there, be the example that your child could look up to. Be someone that your woman could be proud to be with. Be someone that someone could admire and learn something from. At the end of the day, when you put yourself out there to a certain point, God has a weird way of punishing people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to mix religion and all that, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, if there's a good, there is an evil. And me knowing that there's evil out there makes me understand that there is good out there. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, you know, I've done many things in my life. I've been in many situations and circumstances in my life in which I'm not proud of, in situations where, you know, I'm guilty of, in situations I feel bad for, in situations I wish I didn't handle the way I did. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like as long as you look at those things and you learn from them and strive to change and be better, better will happen to you. But if you continue poking the bear's cage, eventually that lock's going to slip open and it's going down. So that's what happened to Tekasshi. And, you know, tighten up, kid. You know what I'm saying? You know, you walk around with rainbow hair like everything's all good. I don't know the story. Eventually we're going to get the backstory. It's probably, I'm going to have to do a part 2 to this when we actually know why these dudes did this. Right now, we don't have no idea. Just getting stomped out in a locker room. We don't know why. We don't know nothing. As soon as that information comes back, you know what I mean, maybe we could talk more on that, but I'm assuming it's either because of what he's done or he has this little flexy thing to him. This guy's in a gym by himself dolo like shit is sweet. You know what I'm saying? There could have been a dude in there who lost his father for 20 years because of a rat. Who, you know, you never know how people look at you and what you do or what they're related to. So at the end of the day, learn from these fools. Don't let it be you. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's doing well out there. Understand this, without making change, nothing changes. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stop being dirty.